So new updates, recent news, some new things happening on Kadena. Also, I found some new analytics that I want to share with you guys. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for entertainment, educational purposes only. Do your own research. So let's get into this. Kadena just released that they have a $100 million grant program for developers to build on their ecosystem. This is really exciting because Kadena has been hurting, I think, in their project growth. If we look here at the Kadena ecosystem, they only have 46 projects on their blockchain, which is not very many in comparison to their competitors like Solana and Avalanche and Ethereum and all these other layer ones. Here we have a $100 million grant. This, puts them up there in that same space with Solana and Avalanche to be able to offer money to developers and offer assistance. This is through the Kadena Eco. In my last video, I covered Kadena Eco a bit. You can watch it. I'll put a link in the description. But this is basically a new department of Kadena that is offering assistance to building their ecosystem. So this is really exciting to see. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be giving away 5 Solana tokens to one of my subscribers. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, hit that subscriber button. Make sure it's on public so I'm able to see it. Let's get back into Kadena. Also, I wanted to share with you guys, this is cool. I've been looking for this. I finally found it. Some charts and graphs to show you some growth on Kadena or what's not growing on Kadena. But this is going to show you the blocks. These here, 0 through 19, these are the 20 chains. So Kadena has a multi-chain web system so they can scale, and they have multiple different chains that operate their blockchains. So this here is showing over a year period. This is their hash rate. Some people are going to say this doesn't necessarily mean that, the price of Kadena is going to go up or something. But, this is something good to see. I want to see. So here's our transactions. This is really important. And this is over the last year. This is transactions per day. We had this huge spike here, October 1st, 2021, up to 350,000 transactions per day. And if you compare that to their price, that's basically right before we have a massive rally. Okay, so here, October 30th, 2021, we rally, we hit this peak up at November 11th. And I'm sure that is correlated and related, this spike in transactions versus our price. So here you see our transactions have decreased. We're in the probably around, see, this is 50,000 here, so maybe 25,000, maybe less. We're growing a bit, but this is not really what the, so now we're back. This isn't great. This isn't incredible. I think this is related to the lack of, there is CADX, but we only have a couple coins that we can swap on CADX. There isn't really an NFT marketplace, but I'm going to get into some new developments in that space, and just that there aren't a lot of usable projects, DeFi for Kadena yet, that are going to give us more daily transactions. And we want more daily transactions because that's going to pump, I believe that's going to pump the price. So here we have our daily, or our gas fees per transaction, approximate US dollars per transaction. That's that's a penny, tenth of a penny, 1/100th of a penny per transaction on Kadena right now. As transactions increase, I think that number will increase slightly, but compared to its competitors, and also the fact that Kadena is proof of work, which gives it more security, this is pretty incredible that they've been able to pull this off. So that's bullish. We just need, this is our node distribution here. What's cool to see is very few nodes in China. Most of our nodes are in the United States, in Germany, in France, one in Turkey, we have some in Australia. But, I like seeing that, if all the nodes were in China or Russia or, totalitarian governments, that would concern me more. So we're having some decent decentralization. But if we just look at the analytics of Kadena, it's still small. It's still small. It's still growing, but the tech seems awesome. Now, this seems really cool. Marmelade. This is going to be Kadena. Seems to be its first NFT marketplace, and it's not launched yet. But this is something new that's coming out, and I was doing some research about it. It seems pretty cool. And what I like, so here they have no cost transactions. We leverage Kadena's pioneering crypto gas stations to allow sellers to eliminate all transaction fees for their customers. To me, that's awesome. I can't stand transaction fees in crypto in general, but for NFTs, I know that OpenSea and Ethereum still dominate the market, and I believe it's because it just has the largest marketplace. But my dream for NFTs is eventually we can get to a place where all NFTs are in one marketplace, regardless of whether they're on Avalanche or they're on Solana or they're on Ethereum. I don't know if that's possible or not, but what is cool is down here, this is something that they're talking about, one NFT, many markets. Kadena's smart contract language Pact was built for interop, making it safe to call other contracts. A ledger holding liquidity pools can now be used as safely by multiple exchanges, allowing a single polyfungible NFT ledger to service the entire market. So I'm hoping this is what they're talking about. We'll have to see how all these things play out. This is just, a website, and it's not an actual mainnet or an actual, even a beta, to see how this is going to actually work. But to me, the idea of having an NFT that you can then cross-platform and sell on different marketplaces, because that just increases the number of customers, seems amazing. Hope you guys can't hear. I think there's some construction going on outside my apartment right now. Now, Pact. I was doing a little research into Pact. This is the coding language that Kadena is written in, and I was watching this YouTube Pact tutorial here. We're not going to get super deep into it. I'm not a coder. I'm not a computer scientist. So I'm trying to do some more research in this to bring you guys some better information on this. But it seems like, based on this video, what they're talking about, and what seems very cool is the ability for Pact to upgrade contracts. This is something that supposedly Solidity cannot do, to be able to upgrade or to be able to edit and change smart contracts in real time, or without having to destroy the entire contract. It's supposed to be easier to use, supposed to be easier to code in, supposed to be more human readable, supposed to be less vulnerable to attacks or hacks that can be costly. It's supposed to be less expensive than Solidity to code in. These are all things I've just read about. I don't know firsthand, so I'm not going to make the claim that this is just the research I've been doing. So, but one concern for me with Pact is that I haven't heard of any other blockchain being coded in Pact. So I don't know how that's going to affect interoperability, where Ethereum in Solidity, and we have other projects in Rust and C++ and Viper. Pact seems like a less known language, and also how that's going to be getting developers and coders who actually know this language to be able to build on their ecosystem, and how that's going to affect the speed at which they can take the marketplace. So we'll have to just see how that plays out, but that seems like it could be a plus, could be a minus. But it seems like if Pact is an easier language to code, if Pact is less expensive, if Pact is more secure, then over time, projects and companies and technology is going to move in that direction, which is going to help Kadena grow and help us all make some money when the price goes up. So if we look here in the DeFi space for Kadena and their ecosystem, we only have 5 DeFi projects: Kadena Swap, CADEX, those are exchanges. It's not very many, and we're something like Terra has Anchor, which I think is a big reason why their TVL is so high, because that's such an amazing software. I did a video on how to use Anchor Protocol to get 20% interest on stablecoin. I'll put the link in the description. All these things are hurting the transactions. It's hurting the growth. I think it's hurting the price of the token. But if the technology is there for Kadena, if they can deliver, and if what they're saying their blockchain can do, it can do, then I believe more ecosystem, more dApps are going to be developed, and it's going to grow. But we never know. We never know, and the problem they're facing is that this marketplace is so competitive, and things like Avalanche and Luna and Solana and Cardano and Ethereum have taken so much of this market that I could see, if you're thinking from the place of an entrepreneur or as the builder of a company and you're trying to decide what blockchain to build on, it's a really big choice, and it's going to be really, and you might say, okay, well, it's cheaper here, or it's a little bit better, a little bit faster, but we have no ecosystem yet. But my beliefs always are that where there's path of least resistance, that's where the growth is going to be. And if you can save money somewhere, if you can have better tech, if it's easier, then growth is going to happen. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Keep aping, keep hodling. Woo!